Got to switch to a beanie out here because MFC is this condition where it's motherfucking cold. So today I'm joining Jim with Pinnacle Home Inspections at this home that's being purchased out in Ohio. It's a pretty nice home. How about those oak floors? I think he's in the basement. Well, we found Jim.
Well, show's beginning now.
One question for you.
Okay.
You don't mind if I go to work with you today, do you?
No, not at all.
All right, that's a yes.
Don't be surprised when I ask, can I go to work with you today?
For money, get ready, I work. For a family, loving more friends, and all in my work. No cash, wanna hang out, kan jadi aku work. No rest, tidak famous, yang jadi password. Work.
Vala, can I go to work with you today? When you start an inspection, what's the very first thing you look at? Like, what's at the top of the list to you? What's most important?
I'll typically start with the furnace and the water heater, the things that can explode if. So I'll get those out of the way, and everything
potential
else is
bombs,
safer.
Yeah, okay, that's valid. Yeah, that's, some people may not think about those, that there are things in the home that if not properly maintained, not only can they be expensive to replace, but they can be dangerous too.
Yeah. I like to start on the inside, that way if it's cold, wet, or dirty outside, I'm not traipsing mud through someone's house.
So we finished this inspection here.
Yes.
Did you find anything interesting?
I think good news is we didn't find anything too interesting.
Okay.
Old furnace, old water heater.
Okay.
Old,
when you say old, like how old?
Let's see, the AC from 1989.
That's old.
Typically have a 14-year lifespan. Furnace is from 1988. Typically a good one will have a 25-year lifespan, so they're both working on borrowed time. The roof looking a little bit past its halfway point, so we got some years on it for this client.
Okay.
Garage has a pretty sizable crack, but it looks like it's just from a tree in the back that's growing.
Okay.
It's the type of crack that can be easily reinforced. So good news is I think there's nothing too scary. Minor electrical problems, the cheap and easy type. So
okay. These are kind of typical for homes this year.
Yeah, people don't just update their house every time the electrical code is updated every year. So you're gonna find some not really problems, but just stuff we don't do anymore.
Okay. Yeah. Well, on to the next home, right?
Yeah.
So I've been having a look around the outside of this home, which is in really good condition. It's an older home, but not perfect, but overall pretty good shape. But let's go inside and see what Jim has found. Oh shit. What am I doing in Ireland all of a sudden? There we go, back across the bridge. So shout out to my buddies at Cowboy Revolution Clothing, a cowboy hat. I'm curious to see if anybody's ever worn a cowboy hat to Ireland before. That's where I am. Is that why this thing's bouncy all of a sudden? Everybody else, use our code TheThirstyCowboy for at least a 15% discount. Might be a little bit more. They got great hats, good shirts, good clothing. Check them out.
Sorry folks, if I could get you to wait.
You got the photo up? I don't know that I could do any better with all this wiring. This looks pretty clean.
Yeah. Well, for this window at least, it looks like the seal's bad. But yeah, it is wet. I'm sorry, got your toes.
You said it is wet?
Yeah, that's all red. Well, it felt wet, and then here's all the moisture trapped in the wall.
Got it. Very important.
In this room, I think we got another doozy too. There is some water damage up there, but it's not showing anything at the moment. Water's leaking out from the water heater.
Oh, okay.
On this particular inspection, the buyer who hired Jim is present, so Jim is going to review some of the issues directly with the buyer.
And the tricky thing about, like, it's not that old of a water heater. The tricky thing is that could be from two places. There's a loose fitting inside, cheap and easy to fix. Could be something that was leaking out of here. There's a lot of rust, and that's cheap and easy to fix. And it might be. This is a little wet. Can't tell if it's the water or the lubricant they use, but there's something on there.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the corner on the outside and you saw those cracks.
Yeah.
And on the inside, it's good. But yeah, there's a little stair step cracks, nothing too. But yeah, this is the side that was waterproofed. Here's the drains. They put in all this new concrete. So, you know, there's no such thing as a good crack, but if these are cracks over there before the waterproofing, certainly less concerning.
Less concerning if they were there before. Okay, got it. And did you look back behind the crawl space?
Well, nothing too scary in here.
It's not wet.
Yeah.
Nothing too scary.
Got that window on the staircase.
Yeah.
Something needs to be sealed on the outside.
Okay.
It looks like in this hole in the drop ceiling, it felt a little moist to the touch. Thermal imaging showed it being a little cold.
Okay.
Throughout the house, electrical, pretty much most plugs are ungrounded, 3-prong outlets.
Okay.
So they should just be converted back to 2-prong outlets.
Okay.
You have an unfinished basement, so at least on the first floor, getting it rewired wouldn't be difficult or catastrophically expensive. So if you have like a fish tank or something that requires a ground like that, it's conceivable to, without breaking the bank, at least get some plugs wired properly.
Okay.
I mean, just so they could be 3-prong, it's fine if they're 2. That's all stuff relatively within the realm of normal. We can't see the roof at all. We got inches of snow on it, so there's probably something causing that water that's coming in this little addition back there.
Okay.
We talked about that little leak in the drain over the laundry area. The
Yeah.
water heater's got some water coming out of it. So yeah, windows are opening just fine besides those 2 issues we discussed.
Okay.
Every window's opening and closing properly. Water fixtures are all working properly. Appliances, utilities, all working good. No GFCI in the garage, no GFCI outside, just about everywhere else. They're where they're supposed to be for modern code.
Okay.
It's kind of like tripping hazards on the outside. I think you know about like a little bit of unevenness on the deck, on the walkway, staircase, like stuff that's, you know you're not getting a house that was built yesterday, so just
Yeah.
a house that's gone through some age.
Okay.
And
Nothing of extreme concern.
well, obviously whatever's causing this water we want to get fixed ASAP. The leaking pipe we want to get fixed ASAP.
Okay.
You're going to probably want to take 1 showers.
Yeah.
At the very least, they need to be sealed just so termites can't get in, but they are wider than I'd like to see. So I've got very little concern about them because the stress that was on the foundation is no longer there because it's waterproofed.
Okay.
The dark gray walls and everything. It's got a very sex dungeon chic kind of thing going on down here, doesn't it?
And guiding your clients to a certain trend.
Hey, you got to go with what's popular. So they've done a lot of things with the basement that I like, in that they've painted and sealed the walls. They also have the glass block windows, which I like, and they have my favorite ones, which have got the vents in them. During the summertime, you're going to want to open those up so you're keeping air circulating in and around in your basement, so you're not trapping any stale or dank air. And then another thing they did here, which has gotten really popular, I call this the Chipotle. Next time you're in a Chipotle, if you look up, you'll notice that the ceilings are all painted black. I'm listening for that nice hum that comes out of this. This furnace was likely replaced sometime recently. Home inspection is going to tell us exactly when that was, but it immediately passes my ear test in that I'm not hearing any clanking. It doesn't sound like a squirrel running around on a wheel inside there. You can hear the burners going. Some home inspectors insist upon going up on the roof, which may be a good approach. It's definitely not a good approach when the roof looks like this, covered in snow and ice. So using a drone is much better, much safer option, especially in this particular case. If someone was selling their home, would that be a good idea for them to do an inspection if they're a seller and they're thinking about putting their home on the market?
There's a pro and con to each side. You know, you get it inspected ahead of time. You can probably get the problems dealt with before it gets put on the market. Conversely, if you have problems that are found, by law you're obligated to note them. So, you know, you can get your house looking pretty good. A home inspector is seeing a lot more homes than you probably are, so they can give you some pointers on what's worth fixing, what gets called out, what doesn't get called out, and can work. Some people will forego their own inspection if the seller did one themselves.
I would think, yeah, that would be a good one too. Yeah, if you're a seller and you want to put the house up on the market and you maybe want to look at offers where you remove that contingency of the home inspection, you provide one up front, that could be a comfort level. Yeah, I understand it from both sides of that too, because yeah, when you're a seller of a home, you're obligated usually by the state. In the case we're in Ohio at the moment here in the state, absolutely requires you to fill out what are called residential property disclosures. So if you're a seller and you know something's bad, you have to disclose that right up front. So Jim, if anybody wants to hire you as a home inspector, how do they find you?
PinnacleNEO.com, 234-738-3514. I service all of Northeast Ohio, from Lorain to Youngstown, Cleveland to Canton.
Wow.
And maybe a little farther if you're a nice person. But if you're a mean person, I'll still probably go out if you pay me.
What was the phone number again?
234-738-3514.
Perfect. And you can get texts and calls there?
Yep, call, text.
Okay. How about a beeper number? Do you have a beeper?
Just forgot to pay my bill. So.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. If you don't...
Passing on the beepers for a little bit.
That's pretty good. All right. No beepers because of, what's going on in other parts of the world there. All right. Thanks, Jim. Have a good day.
Work, work. For a family, loving more friends and all in my work. No cash, wanna hang out, kan jadi awkward. Work. No rest, till I famous, yang jadi.
Can I go to work with you today?